In today's video, I'm going to show you how to do the border for the Patchwork Prism baby blanket. Now this pattern is for free to view on my website. And before we get started, please remember to like and subscribe. Now this border is very simple. It's worked over 7 rounds. It uses just single crochet, back post double crochet, back post half double crochet. So it's really not difficult to do at all, but it just adds a nice, lovely element of just a little bit more texture that works with the squares with this blanket. So let's go ahead and get started. For round 1 of the border, we're going to be using our main color. So we're going to just do a slip knot. Then we're going to grab our hook, and then in any chain 2 corner space of the blanket, we're going to join with a slip stitch, and then we'll chain 1. Now this chain 1 does not count as a stitch. So what we're going to do is work a single crochet, then we're going to chain 2, and work a single crochet in that same chain 2 corner space. And before we go any further, I'm going to use a stitch marker, and I'm going to mark where my first single crochet is. Now this is where it's really easy because we're just going to single crochet across. And what makes it real simple is that for each square, you'll have a total of 29 single crochets. So you'll have the first one in your chain 2 space because this initial very first one is going to count into the count for your final ones. So it's just this first single crochet that's going to count for this square. So you'll end up with a total of 29. And then when you get to this point, you're not going to do a single crochet in the join. Instead, you're just going to move over into that other chain 2 space. So go ahead and do that all the way across, and I will meet you when we come up to our very first corner. I've come up to that chain 2 space that's in that first corner. So I've worked my 1 single crochet there. Now all we're going to do in the corners is simply chain 2, and then we're going to work another single crochet. And then we'll just continue doing a total of 29 single crochets on each block. So do that all the way around, working a single crochet, chain 2, single crochet in each of those chain 2 corner spaces. And then when you come up to the very end, the one that I have marked here, that very first single crochet, just join with the slip stitch and then go ahead and fasten off your yarn. And then I'll meet you back for round 2 of the border. For round 2 of the border, I'm going to pick a different corner to join. I don't like to do the joins in the exact same corner every time. Instead, I will alternate them. So that way it's just a little bit of a smoother finish. So we're going to use our contrasting color. And this part of the border is also very easy. So we're going to join with a slip stitch into another chain 2 corner space. So with this contrasting color, I'm going to join into this chain 2 corner space with a slip stitch. I'll tighten that up. And now we're going to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And that chain 4 is going to count as your half double crochet chain 2. But now, let me move this so you can see probably a little bit better. So now in that same chain 2, or that same chain 2 space that we started with, we're going to work 1 more half double crochet. Just a half double. And if you prefer to do standing stitches, you can join with a standing half double crochet and then chain 2 and work another half double crochet there. But what we're going to do is add a little bit of texture. So we're going to work a back post double crochet around each of the single crochets that are on the border. So just a back post double crochet around each of the singles. And then when you get up to your corner space, you'll work a half double crochet, chain 2, half double crochet. And then when you come to the very end, well, here, let me just finish this stitch. When you come to the very end, you'll join with a slip stitch to the 3rd chain of that beginning chain 4. And I like to do the 3rd chain just because it's a little bit snugger. I feel like if you do it in the 2nd chain, it's almost kind of loosey. So we don't want it loose. So work those back post double crochets all the way around with a half double crochet, chain 2, half double crochet. And I'll meet you at the end of this round. After you finish round 2, be sure to fasten off your contrast color. And now for round 3, we're going to work with the main color. So we're going to join in any of the chain 2 spaces. For the corners, any of the corner chain 2 spaces, we're going to join with a slip stitch. And then we're going to chain 1. Let me tighten that up a little bit. All right, we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to work a single crochet, chain 2, single crochet in that chain 2 space. So there's a single crochet, and I'm going to mark that with my marker just so that when I come back around, I can see it pretty easily. Then we'll chain 2 and work 1 more single crochet. Now we're going to continue adding texture by working back post half double crochets around the posts of all the back post double crochets that we did. So just yarn over, insert your hook from back to front around that post, and work that half double crochet. Hopefully yours will cooperate a little bit more. So there we go. And we're just going to do that all the way around. And whenever you come up to your chain 2 corner spaces, just work a single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. And when you get around the blanket, when you come up to this very end here, you'll just join with a slip stitch into that top of that first single crochet. And then fasten off because the next round is going to be using your contrast color. So I'll see you at the end of this round, and then we'll start round 4. Round 4 of the border is a repeat of round number 2, and that's where we use our contrasting color. We find any chain 2 corner space. We'll join with a slip stitch. We join with the slip stitch, and then we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tighten that up. Now remember, this chain 4 counts as a half double crochet and a chain 2. Then we work 1 more half double crochet in that same chain 2 space. And then we do back post double crochet all the way around. Just whenever you get to those corners, it will be a half double crochet, chain 2, half double crochet. So just work a back post double around all of your stitches. Work that half double, chain 2, half double in your corner space. And then when you get up to the very end, just join with a slip stitch to that 3rd chain of that beginning chain 4. And I will meet you when we come up to begin round 5. For round 5, we're going to repeat round 1 of the border. And that's where we use our main color. And in any of the chain 2 corner spaces, we're going to join with a slip stitch. And from there, we just chain 1, and we're going to work a single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. So single crochet. I'm going to mark this first one. Then we chain 2 and work another single crochet in that chain 2 space. Then we're simply going to single crochet all the way around. So you'll single crochet in each stitch across, and then when you get to that chain 2 space, you'll work a single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. And then when you come up to the very end, you'll just join with a slip stitch to that very first single crochet that you made. So I'm going to finish this round, and I will meet you for round 6. For round 6, we're going to repeat what we just did with our main color, only we're going to use our contrast color for that. So we're going to pick any chain 2 space that we have here in a corner. We're going to join with a slip stitch. Then we'll chain 1 and work a single crochet. I'm going to mark this one. Then we chain 2 and work another single crochet in that same chain 2 space. Then we'll just work a single crochet in each stitch across, all the way down to the corner, and in the corners you'll just work a single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. And I will meet you when I finish this round, where you will end by joining with a slip stitch to that first single crochet. For our last round, we're just going to repeat these last 2 rows that we've done using our main color, and that's to join with a slip stitch, and then we chain 1 and work those single crochets. So in the chain 2 space, it's a single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, and then you just single around. Working in the corners, a single crochet, chain 2, single, and then join with a slip stitch to your very first single crochet. And then that's it. Your blanket will be done. Then you want to weave in your ends, give it a block, and enjoy. I do hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you later with more patterns and tutorials. Thanks a bunch. Bye-bye.